Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Osset Haru with another exciting edition of Ask An Aquarius. Okay, so today someone asked me, what kind of profession, career, jobs are good for the Aquarius? Now, the Aquarius is very smart. Let's start with that. The Aquarius is typically really, really smart. So we need jobs that really allow us to think. Not only think, but be creative as well. So Aquarius do really good at jobs education, science and technology, IT, like computers, anything forensics, really good with stuff like that. Clues, puzzles, law enforcement, putting things together, leadership, anything where we're in charge. We make good CEOs, good entrepreneurs, in that kind of way. We're really good at stuff like that. The Aquarius is really, really smart. We do not do well with like job. I mean, we can do labor jobs, but that is a waste for us, really, because our brain really needs to be engaged. And like I said before, our creativity. Aquarius are really good at creating new things. We are ahead of our time. We're innovators. So Aquarius, the best thing for us to be doing is something where we're creating something brand new, something that has never been covered before. A lot of Aquarius are very depressed and very lost early in life because we feel like the things that are available to us are not satisfying. That's because Aquarius, you're supposed to create new things. So you're not going to be satisfied with things as they are. Status quo is not good enough for you. You want other things, and you have to create them. You have to create the curriculum. You have to create the application, the software. You have to write the book. You have to make the song. You have to create the poetry. You are the one who came to create it. So you're going to feel discontent often with what's available because you're supposed to be creating something all new. We're always ahead of our time. We're always in the future. So the things that we think about, most people haven't even gotten around to yet. It's very annoying to us because we come across a lot of people who are old-fashioned. Now, we do have some old-fashioned qualities as well because we have the influence coming on us from Saturn. We have two planets that influence us heavily, Saturn and Uranus. And these planets are so different. So we have a lot of weird characteristics coming to us. From Uranus, we get the eccentric nature. The innovative nature comes from Uranus. The futuristic nature, unpredictable nature. Uranus is a very unpredictable planet just in its elements. Like it could be raining 1 minute, stop raining, go back to raining, start snowing, or something else similar, could happen. There is a very unpredictable kind of planet. Whereas Saturn is the old man, dependable, hardworking kind of energy, that kind of thing. So we have that influence on us. That's what makes us really serious and really smart. That's that Saturn energy, very strong on us. So we need to be doing jobs where we're exercising these activities. And one of the things that I've noticed about Aquarius is we need to do jobs where we're in charge. We do not do well with authority. I'm sorry. We just don't. And it's not because we are rebellious. Some of us without a cause and some of us with a cause. Because we are very rebellious. But that's not the reason why we don't do well with an authority figure over us. We don't do well with authority figures because most of the times we know more than the authority figure. Most of the time, we're better at their job than they are. And they know that, and we know that. And even when we don't know it, they know it. So a lot of times we come into a lot of friction with bosses. We come into a lot of friction with people that are over top of us, especially if they're old-fashioned or if they are stuck in the past, want things to stay the way that they have always been. The Aquarius is trying to change the things that aren't good. Aquarius is cool with the things from the past. Like I said, that Saturn influence. We're cool with some things from the past. We're cool with some old-fashioned stuff. We find it to be charming in a lot of ways. But if it's not working, the Aquarius sees no logic in continuing it. So we may want to change something that has been a rule or a law or whatever, a bylaw or whatever the case is. And the people who have been there or the people who are higher ups may fight us on that because they just want to keep tradition. And Aquarius sees no point in keeping tradition just for tradition's sake, especially if it's not working or if it's harming people. So That's typically what happens with us. We don't do well with somebody over top of us. We really need to be the top. We need to be the CEO. We need to be the head guy. We need to be the entrepreneur. We need to be the one who's in charge. And if we're working for someone, it's best if we're doing something like, for example, a scientist in a lab doing experiments where you have an assistant and it's just you and your assistant all day, or it's just you all day doing the experiments. We do good with working for someone who's not micromanaging us, somebody who comes and drops off the money and the supplies and goes away. That would be great for us. And a consultant is great for us, where we're paid to come in and do a job and leave. We're really good with being detached from the job, coming and leaving. We're really great with that. We don't do great with large groups of people for a large amount of time. We do better to just come in, help out, and disappear. We're better to come every Friday and work on a project and leave and get paid for it. That's something better. Public speaking. That's a kind of job we would do great in. You get some cash, you go do the speaking, you go about your business. Great. Also entertainment. Aquarius make really good entertainers. We're great when it comes to doing our music, if we're allowed to be creative and do our own thing. We're not going to do well if the record company is telling us what we can and cannot do. That's not going to work well. So we're good like independent artists. We're good at if we want to act, we're great at acting. We're great actresses and actors, amazing. We're great at painting a lot of times, writing, poetry, stories, things like that. That's freelance stuff. You can be a writer, write a book, get paid a couple $1,000,000, write another book, and you're turning in a book every couple months, a draft every couple of months, to some publisher, some editor, but you're mostly working by yourself. So we do really good in positions where we're always by ourselves or when we're around people in a limited capacity. That's really best for us, being able to be detached from our work in that kind of a way where we're attached to it, but we're back from it. We really enjoy that. We enjoy things along those lines. We enjoy working with no one or a smaller group or with a lot of people for a limited amount of time. Aquarius made great professors. Come in, teach the class. You wrote the curriculum. You chose the books. The Aquarius is good. They've been in charge of everything. Even though there is a person over you, a dean or a department head is over you, but for the most part, you're pretty much on your own. When I taught high school, I was able to do it for 9 years. I didn't like it that much. I complained about it a lot, but it was okay. I was able to maintain because once the door closed, it was just me and my kids. I didn't have to worry about the higher ups often. They came around, sometimes, but any teacher will tell you most of the time it's you and them kids. It's the 41 of y'all making it happen day after day. So that was pretty good for me. That's a large group though. Like teaching such a large group is a lot. I was able to make it happen, but it would have been better if it was 12, 12 people like for an hour a day. That would have been better, something like that. But you be able to. An Aquarius can make education happen. We can do education. The college level seems to be the easiest level for us, but we can make that happen. So those are some good things for us. I know a lot of Aquarius enjoy things that are very, very creative. And some industries are just not open to creativity. So it's going to be really hard if you're in one of those industries. If you're in one of those industries where creativity is frowned upon, you really should consider doing something else. You really should consider, doing something that's going to allow you to be yourself. Something that's going to allow you to put forth your unique abilities. Somewhere where they're going to be, loved. Like I said before, entertainment is a great area for that kind of thing too. I'm trying to think if there are any other jobs that would be good for Aquarius. Those are the ones that directly come to my mind. And like I said, if you have an innovative idea, monetizing that is smart. Like let's say, for example, you have an idea for a chain or an application or anything. Any kind of idea you have usually is going to be kind of some kind of futuristic kind of thing that hasn't been created yet. Any of that is good because if it's something that you're going to be the pioneer in, the leader in, that's going to be good because you're going to be pretty much the only one for quite some time until it catches on, and you're going to be able to lay the groundwork for what it's going to become. That's a very Aquarius thing to do. A very Aquarius thing to do. Think about the Aquarius that are famous. Oprah Winfrey. What does Oprah do? Journalism, acting, uh, the queen of her whole company type thing, like all the things that she does are Aquarius things. She's a top dog. She didn't start off that way, but when she started off in journalism, it was still just her. It was her show. Even when she did the Oprah Winfrey show, it was her show. She had to answer to creative people for a while, but I think after a while she didn't even have to do that anymore. So like, it's you're good with things that are yours. Michael Jordan, even though he played in a professional, a game that was pretty much ran by, people, and he just, he played the game. But as he became more and more famous, he made his own decisions, and he used a lot more of his money to do his own thing, and that's how he became this great, empire in himself. He became the most marketable person in the world for for decades. He might still be, So like, think about the Aquarius that you know of. They're usually great, but they're usually loners, and it's just them. Oprah does her thing by herself. She has consultants, she has people that she pays, she has Gail. She's always had people that helped her, but it's her vision, it's her thing. And those people just come along and help her execute it. So if you think about, the famous Aquariuses that they're usually people who do their own thing. So if you're an Aquarius, you're going to find it difficult to work for other people. You're going to find it difficult to work a 9 to 5. That kind of thing is going to be really difficult for you. When I was working 9 to 5s, I'm gonna tell you my favorite one. My favorite 9 to 5 that any layman can do, even somebody who doesn't have an innovative idea, was security. I loved working security because nobody was with me. I worked security 11 to 7 overnight. That was my favorite shift because there's no one with you. You're by yourself overnight, and you are securing whatever you're securing, and it's just you, and you do your job and you take it behind home. That was one of my favorite jobs. So I said before that law enforcement is good for the Aquarius, but again, it's better if you can be alone, or if you can be like a top dog or a consultant or something like that. Forensics, things along those lines. Something that you're separate from the group, but you contribute to the group, is always good for the Aquarius. But yeah, security was really a good one. I liked it a lot. I did it for a long time because I could read and I could go off into my own world. And when something happened, I got to play hero. The Aquarius loves being a hero. That's the humanitarian part of us. So if something happened to somebody, I got to run in and be a hero. I got to run in to help people. Aquarius love that. So that's another one that would be good for people who say to me, hey, well, I'm not that creative, or I'm not ready to launch my book yet. Well, in the meantime, do security. It was fun. It was great. Did it for years and years and years. That's one great idea. You can also do humanitarian jobs. Like, for instance, I worked at, you can work at like places that have like social services. Any kind of social services would be great for an Aquarius because of the fact that you're good with people, and you're going to love them people. You're going to love your clients. You're going to love that. But the problem with those kind of jobs is the people that are over top of you. You're going to have a lot of problems with them because they're always trying to make you do things the way they want you to do things. And again, you're going to run into those bosses who don't know what they're doing. They're mad because you do. And Aquarius we get so much jealousy. That's another reason why I don't like being around a lot of people. One person or just a couple is good for me, just for, sprinkles, because we get a lot of jealousy, especially when we're really good at what we do, really good looking, really on top of our game. We get so much jealousy, especially from higher ups, because people that are above us, especially when they're older than us, they can see all of that. They can see all the potential that we have, and it makes them nervous. It really does. It really makes them feel like, we're coming for their job, or, they're looking at us thinking, we make them look bad. And then sabotage happens because they'll start to try to make you look bad. They'll try to put the Aquarius and now you're eccentric. Now you're inappropriate. Now you're this. Now you're that. And they'll try to put you in your place and try to peg you down. And that's not going to work. You're going to fight or you're going to leave. That's the bottom line. So those kind of jobs, whereas you will love the commitment because it's emotionally fulfilling to do any kind of social service. It's emotionally fulfilling to help other people, any job that you have helping people. But if you're doing it in that capacity, you're going to end up 9 times out of 10 leaving. So I would suggest you find a way, if you're going to do that, to use it as a stepping stone up. Use your jobs, if you have to deal with those normal jobs, use use them as a stepping stone to the big picture. Okay, oh, that's another one I was going to say, metaphysics. Let me not forget that. Aquarius are good at jobs that have to do with metaphysics, running a metaphysical shop, running a metaphysical bookstore, being a priestess, being, a witch. I mean, that's what I do all day. I'm a priestess all day. I teach some English classes, but for the most part, my profession, I'm a priestess. I'm a witch. I help people. I do their readings. I make oils. That's what I do. We're really great at stuff like that because we're not unethical. We have principles to us. So we're not going to cheat people. We're not going to tell somebody they have a curse on them when they don't. We're not going to, do somebody's cards and lie to them about what we see. We're not going to do messed up things like that. We're going to use them as a spiritual vehicle. We're going to tap into divinity. We're going to tap into creator with that. We're, the Aquarius who is in the light, the Aquarius that is positive, is very ethical, very believes in principles, believes in telling the truth, believe in being good to people. We're that kind of a person. So metaphysical, spiritual things are really great with us. Writing books about it, being spiritual leaders of any kind, that kind of stuff is good for us as well. And we're good with talking to people. So even an Aquarius minister, an Aquarius pastor, any of them kind of things would be a good profession as well. If you feel inclined, if you feel a calling, those kind of things are good as well. So that's the thing about Aquarius. Those are some of the things that we're really, really good at. And some of the things that we can excel at. But just be careful, like I said, because when you're dealing with people, there's going to be so much jealousy. I have dealt with so much jealousy in my lifetime since I was a baby girl. And I never could understand. Like when I was younger, it's like, what are they so jealous of? But what it is that people want to be like you. People want to be like the Aquarius. Aquarius, I'm talking directly to you. People want to be like you. They want to be independent. They want to be free-spirited. They want to be good-hearted. They want people to like them. And when they see you coming and you're getting all that shine, they don't like that shit. And that's when they act the fool, tell lies about you, put you down, try to make you seem like you're crazy. That's when they start doing stuff like that. But it's all because of the fact that you're loved and they're not. So with me, when I finally got old enough to understand this jealousy, I pitied them. Because what it really is that they see in you everything that they want to do, everything that they want to be, everything that they want to have, and are never going to get. They're never going to get it. Because what allows us to have those qualities is that we're genuine and we're sincere. That's just who we are. And so many people are afraid to just be who they are. So instead of just being who they are, they hate on the poor Aquarius. So a lot of us go through that. And I'll tell you, if you're an Aquarius that has gone through that, who is going through that, I feel you. I went through it for 41 years and I feel you, But unfortunately, that's one of our plights. That's one of the plights of Aquarius. We elicit a lot of jealousy. There's just certain things about us that, it just is what it is. So it's one of the things that we have to deal with. Everybody's sign has one of those things, and that's one of our things. So those are the professions that would be great for an Aquarius. And I would suggest very strongly that you be careful of them bosses. Be careful because you are a leader. You are the boss. Don't let somebody else be your boss, Aquarius. It is what it is. Deuces.